C10 America Talks. I was gonna I know real car and truck guys say
they're probably never done. They're never done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the one that's at the shop right now, it may be a few months before it's ramped up. So.
Right. What is the? Have you probably everybody has probably gone through it one time, but do people still come in there for one thing, and then after they're in there, they're all, well, I need this done, I need this done?
Sure. You know, sometimes people are just looking at something simple. Other people are looking at, you know, some people already want to, have a big vision for a larger scale project, but some people just need something maybe simple, more straightforward. And sometimes you get into a simple issue and you find out you have more going on than what you thought, or hey, there's some other damage over here, or hey, let's upgrade this while we're in here doing that. So things always change.
So did you and Keith both work at speed shops?
Super shops?
Or super shop, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
super
no,
shops.
we did. I think he worked there since like 1983, and I started in 93. So he's got 10 years on me.
So what was Speed Tek kind of build off the style of super shops?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's definitely some of that, in our blood.
Because I know still to this day, from day one, me and Dad going into Speed Tek, it's almost like you're walking back down to an old, older hot rod shop back in the day,
Yeah, no, that's kind of the thought.
Was that that the intent you guys were going for at the time?
I mean, yeah, that's part of it. So that'll always kind of be, you never forget where you came from, I guess. So some of those things are there, and then you make changes along the way.
Where do you think all your passion came from?
Passion?
Oh, too loud? I'm sorry.
It's a touch, man. It's all right. It's okay. Not
I think
that
I turned up the wrong
I
volume.
think your voice is loud.
Mine's loud? Okay, I'm on number 1.
You just have to chill out sometimes, Rich. You gotta just.
I do.
You're so amped up all the time.
I don't. Yeah,
You gotta just take it easy a little bit.
It's a DP right
You're
here,
on the
man.
Dr. Pepper, man. Look at
It's
that.
a Dr. Pepper. I'm amped up. Hey, plus, if anybody from Dr. Pepper is out there, all we drink is DP here in this studio. So, just food for thought, guys.
Right.
What do you think?
So
Go
is
ahead.
that good enough to dodge the passion question? Did that do it? No, I'm sorry.
Where'd the passion start?
Well, I think I always had even as a kid, liked cars, or whether it was the sound or the wheels or the, big tires in the back. It attracted me or whatever.
So what'd you drive to high school?
In high school, I had a 1973 Mercury Cougar. That was my first real car that I drove around and stuff, and that's pretty much what I drove it through.
What happened to it?
Oh, I drove it to drove it to the ground, man. we have at least 3 sets of tires on there, maybe a month. No, I drove it, and then later found something that sold it, found something different and stuff. But always played with cars.
So was Dad a car guy?
Oh yeah. So I think that's where like my dad and my brothers were all into that stuff too. So I kind of would watch and listen and help and learn along the way. And then when I became old enough to get my stuff to play with, and that's what I did. And eventually it came into a career.
Right on. What do you think you like the most about working at Speed Tek?
I think that it's a family business. It's a small business. And that's probably what I like about it. It's simple. It's there. We build some cool stuff for people. We get to kind of help them fulfill their dreams or build their dream stuff for them. And there's a number of challenges along the way, obviously, that come with that stuff. But it's I don't know. I keep coming back and putting my key in the door every day. So that's they haven't changed the locks on me yet. So
I see your Camaro downstairs. Wondering, any thoughts of a C10?
Of a C10.
Or a square body, maybe in, look, 2025 maybe?
I've owned a couple.
Really?
I've owned a couple, but for right now, that beat up Camaro out there, that's called the Gray Mare, by the way. But no, that's where I throw all my spare change at. So it gets me around town.
How long you had the Camaro for?
I had it. I've had it 9 years now. But a friend of mine's mother actually got it when it was a few months old, 6 months old. So it's been around. It's been around for a while. It was bought right down the street at Hudeberg and stuff.
Really? Okay, brand new?
Yeah, when it was new. So it's been around for a while. It's been through the. I've known of the car for quite some time, but in 2016 I decided to snatch it up. So
That's awesome.
I guess that's 8 years really.
Did you ever play with the, how was it growing up, or
Oh, sure. I think we all did, man. I think we all did. It's,
Yeah, I'm
you know,
52 and I'm still collecting Hot Wheels.
right. You look at all this stuff, and I think that's what it does.
That,
It's not
that
that it's
right
all.
there, it starts with mom and dad. Mom and dad make you a car guy.
Well, yeah, we get that
Take you
stuff.
to
and,
Walmart.
you know, that's got a different engine and wheels than what mom's driving or whatever, so it catches your attention, and it's, you know, that's cool. I mean, that's the
See
thing.
that truck down there in the Valvoline?
Oh yeah.
I want to start doing the Hot Wheel giveaways again on the videos, you know, and the sites and all that. But I want to find some, you know, C10s I can give out, you know,
Right.
instead of, you know, Hot Wheels and, you know, all that. But so did you ever wrench with Dad growing up
Yeah.
in the
yeah, and
garage and all that?
I think that's where it, with my dad
Was
and
it
my brother.
him and your brother that kind of
Yeah, mostly. That would be it.
taught you what you know now?
Right, right. I have a couple older brothers that both of them helped out, and again, like I watch them or help them with projects, and then with that you start learning, picking up little things, or you know, then when you're driving around, you're, man, what is that, or what is this, or you know, and learning stuff. So.
What do you think about 2025? What do you want to happen in 2025 that hasn't happened in 2024? Win the lottery?
Well, you know, that's open. You got to be more specific. So just winning the lottery, that could mean $1 or something. You know,
What?
then you got your goal.
The big jackpot. Like, what?
No, I know what you mean.
A couple of days ago, what it was like over $1 billion.
That could be a blessing or a curse, you know. But I think more important is health and happiness, and however that happiness comes about. You know, that's different for everybody. But without your health, it doesn't matter how much money or you know anything you have. So I'm thankful for that. I'm not 20 years old anymore, but hey, I'm here doing what we do. So
Yeah, I can't. I remember back working the Monday through 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, the paint job, jumping off the end of, you know, my paint truck, and mom and dad saying, "Don't do that. You're gonna regret that when you grow up, your knees."
sure.
And I said, "Nah, it's all right. I'm like 20, 25, something like that." Well, my knees are kind of going out on me now.
Right.
They're- So, how many guys you have working down there at Speed Tek?
You know, it just varies depending on what job we're working on. But we're anywhere from 5 to 10 guys.
You
know, it
guys
just kinda,
kind of loaded up on work?
it seems kind of stay that way. It seems to stay that
Really?
way. So
Okay.
I mean, there's always little openings here and there, but there's always things brewing going on that keep us busy.
Is that pretty much word of mouth or like advertising or?
Well, we've been around for a little while, but yeah,
Yeah.
not a whole, not. You know, there's some advertising early on and stuff, but I mean, then it just becomes referral, word of mouth, repeat business.
How long has Speed Tek been around for?
Since '98. Since
Really?
'98, yeah. So.
In the same location, or do you guys
No, we-
start out somewhere else and then?
We started in a shop in Hearst up off of Bedford Euless Road, and then from there had a location in Dallas. We had a location in Oklahoma City for a while, and then now we're just one, one in
I
Haltom City.
think you
It's quite a
said
bit easier.
before you had, a couple of different locations,
Right.
and then you wanted to focus on just one.
Not to get into history stuff, but
No, go ahead.
we're talking about the year changing. So, like when 9/11 happened, I mean, that killed a lot of small businesses. Whether it was hot rod stuff or a donut shop or whatever. So, things change, and you go, well, maybe let's just keep it all in one little section here or whatever. And for what we do, it's really better just to have a central location instead of having multiple locations.
Well, I think we have a mutual friend, you Keith, and I do, Chris, that drag races. I would have never met Chris and all that if it wasn't because of you guys, and all that. So it's weird, people I would see at car shows and truck shows, they have like, the Speed Tek sticker, on the back window. Like,
sure. That, yeah, no, I mean, when you're starting out and doing stuff, and there's lots of, you kind of want everybody to know who you are, and with time, I don't want to say there's not a need, it becomes not a need to ever, it's like we just kind of do what we do. And
yeah.
I mean, it's good to have recognition, and it's good to be noticed and stuff, but it's good to look back at that stuff, and there was all around town here where Speed Tek banners on the. And again, I think that some of that was the time too. In the 90s and stuff, you'd have a lot of people that would, I might say Chevrolet or Ford or some, on your windshield screen. Or
yeah.
You don't see that stuff as much anymore, But anyhow.
Yeah, I think me, Ms. Terry, and myself were coming back from Oklahoma, like probably 2 months ago from a truck show, and we were just about ready to pass, the welcome to Texas sign, on the border right there of Oklahoma and Texas, and so I looked at Terry, and Terry looked at me, and got the idea, and right before I said it, she's like, you should put a C10 America sticker on that Texas, welcome
right.
to Texas sign. And so I pulled over, and there was, that's the alarm on this right here. I do not know how to turn it off.
That's cool. It's all right.
Go off in like, a couple
half
minutes. What a half hour. Wake my dog up, So, but no, I pulled over on the side, and there's other decals, other stickers, stuck to the side, and I wasn't gonna, do it. And then Terry made a good point, and she was like, "Look, we're here right now. We don't know how long it'll be until we come back.
Right.
We're here right now." So I'm like, all right. So I put 2 decals, on there. So it's
they probably got cameras on.
That's what she said after I got back in the car. I'm like, you tell me that after I put a sticker on a sign, but I know there's some guys or some gals on YouTube, Skimmy. They'll take their maybe one of their hats or some decals or something, and they'll like put them somewhere out in the public, and they'll show on the YouTube where they, put them, and they say, well, on Highway 99 or whatever it might be.
Right.
If you find it, you got a free hat, you got a decal, something like
So
that.
you could do that. You could say,
And that'd be, or do it for Speed Tek.
you could do like a free podcast. I see what it was, Rich. Is I saw your sticker on the sign by the border, and I was going to cross the border. But I saw the sign. I thought, I better come back from Texas and find this guy. And then next thing you know, I'm sitting down here with you, and we're talking shop.
Hey, it's
On New Year's Eve.
on New Year's Eve, so we're live on Facebook in the group. There's a bunch of people in the group. Hey, what do you guys think of the back wall here? For 3 months, I kept on not really teasing the people out there, but telling the people, you'll see this after it's all done. When I did this, I didn't have the wood, up here, and
I thought it was a real fireplace. I thought you had you. That's why it was so warm over here.
Hey,
You were just blocking the man.
no, it's my dog blowing the heat on me.
Oh, the dog's blowing heat. I see.
But no, and that shirt back there, Twister Fest.
Yeah.
That's the shell we're coming back from in Chickasha, Oklahoma. The guy up there, Curtis Hart, he has 80 acres, and the back of his 80 acres looks like, the back lot of Universal, where Jaws is, and all that. It's so freaking awesome out there. He has his own stage out there, and then that show right there, he has wrestling, but midget wrestling out there. So that's awesome. There's small people wrestling. Hey, we're only live on New Year's Eve.
Right.
It's the last.
So do they oil them up?
That's another YouTube video there. I don't even want to.
The small people.
I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't.
All right.
But you can tell us something that we don't know about JR.
Oh, jeez.
There's like nobody out there in the room watching.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just me. I
What keeps you grounded? What keeps you humble?
I don't know, man.
I know from day one you only charged me $5 for an autograph, so.
5. No, I think that with it, it's hard sometimes to stop and be appreciative for what you have. But take a look around, and I'm thankful for the things, friends, family, a job, like I said, my health, nice sunrises and stuff like that, and birds chirping or whatnot. Going on walks with my dog. That's it, I guess. That may not be the cool answer, but that's mine.
No.
That's my answer. So, I think that's what, just being thankful for what I have. I mean, we all want a little bit more or whatever, and that's what keeps you hungry, so that you come back and keep doing it over. And then there's got to be some type of passion for the work to come back, and do that stuff. So, but I think it's just you got to pause sometimes, look around, and be thankful for what we have. So,
what is, what do you think is, the best, car or truck you worked on over at Speed Tek?
Wow.
And why?
Wow. Well, I think I've been asked this, somewhat before, but the lots of cool stuff. Sometimes just even doing a simple job for somebody that helps them get their project going. That's always nice. But we've done a few different jobs for families where this was the dad's car and then the uncle's car and then this was grandpa's and then the uncle's, and then you kind of bring new life into it. Or hey, this car has been sitting for a while and you want to like kind of wake it up from the grave. It feels good to do that. I mean, we did a 73 Camaro the other day for a guy. He's owned it for 17 years, but it's been sitting the last 2 years, so he did a lot of work on it himself. He just needed some help to get over some hurdles, and man, he was so happy to go drive off, and drive it home or whatever. And so, like, that was a couple of day job, just nothing real crazy. But again, we were able to help him over a couple little hurdles, and he was appreciative, and so we like that. But we've done some high horsepower builds and some stuff that's just good cruisers and whatnot. So
Yeah, I think it was all black with blue flames on it. That C10 step side stepper that was in the shop on the hoist for a bit.
yeah.
Is that still there?
Oh no, it's out running. It's out.
What did you guys do to it?
Man, we did a lot of stuff to that truck. We did, that was kind of the same type build. Like his, Grandpa had bought it new in '79, and then his grandson put new life into it or whatever. And we did a custom dashboard in it. We put a '59 Impala dashboard in it. We put I say large cubic inch, but a 482 cubic inch LS motor in it, air conditioning, and nice suspension and brakes and all that stuff. And he wanted something. I always talk about this stuff, and this was kind of the theme on that particular truck. Is like, so C10s are popular. There's a lot of them out there. Some things you're going to have some overlap where, hey, this one has a LS, well this one, so does this one, and so does this one. So you got to make it a little bit different than the next one or whatever. And whether it's a little paint color choice or just a strip of chrome or something different. And so we try to do that to make it a little bit different than and that's part of why we changed the dash. And it's more personalized to that person, to the guy that's building, where you're getting it built for them. So some of it is like whatever makes them, if there's a certain color or whatever, you put some suggestions in with it also. But no, it's a good cruising truck, and he's happy with it. That's what's most important.
How often do you guys have meets and all that down there at Speed Tek? Like custom car meets and all that.
Well, some days it seems like we're having a car show down there, and we're just moving things around or whatever. So
really?
That's some of the blessed thing. You got to look at and go, wow, look at some of this cool stuff that we're, playing with and whatnot. But a few times a year, there's 3 or 4 times a year that there's shows or.
You guys have Cowtown Mopars down there, a lot.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
they do twice a year. They do a show. The Cowtown Mopars do a show down there and a toy drive and stuff. So that's always good. And
do you guys ever have like a C10 truck group down there?
it's been a couple of years, but we did do a C10 thing where there was I don't remember exactly how many, 60 to 80 C10s.
Really?
You
Oh,
know,
my
all
gosh.
there at once, or square body base, stuff. And that was pretty cool. Then we have different car clubs and whatnot that do. There's the Camaro group and the Mustang group and the Mini Cooper group and stuff like that. So
They even have a Mini Cooper group.
yeah. I mean, they come down and hang out, and we put them on the dyno, and you have a good day. You have a good. It's more.
Are those front wheel or back wheel drive?
They're front wheel drive.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just we'll normally back them in the shop,
Okay.
and then spin the drum backwards and do our thing.
That's
So.
And then I think you're the one that got me to meet Scratch.
Yeah, he's right down.
You
the
said
street.
right down the road from you guys and all that.
Yeah.
And I did that podcast, and stuff with him. Great guy. And the other day I saw him on IG, Instagram, and he sent us a little message. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing, buddy? He's like, guess what? I'm like, what? He's I just got a C10.
Oh, really?
And I'm all, you did? He's it sounded like a new podcast. I'm like, yeah, a new shoot too,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, he's a good dude.
and I think when he was 20 or something, he moved out to LA or something like that. Got his first shop, or
Yeah, started making his way out there.
and then I found some stuff on the old interwebs, about like him getting his own shop and moving out to LA and stuff like that. I wanted to do my homework before the podcast, and then I hit him with these things. And he's like, dude, I like that. I like how you find out stuff,
Right.
and you ask me about it. You did your homework.
Well, hopefully you haven't gone, Googled too much on me, man.
Nah, no. Should I?
No.
No.
Good.
You're wanted only in what? 48 states?
No, only 3.
Only 3. Nobody's watching here, so we don't have to worry. But there's somebody out there watching, either in the group here or on YouTube. Hi YouTube, Facebook, and they're thinking about doing their maybe first engine swap.
Mhm.
What would you tell them?
I don't know. Just try to get the end goal in mind. What's the end? What's the big picture look like? Of a year from now or 2 years. Where are you headed? So that you can kind of try to plan ahead and get all your pieces lined out. Take your time and
Get all your ducks in a row.
yeah,
Before
and
you
you can do it in. If you can. Some of that can be quite a big undertaking, to do a whole big project, and so if you are doing it in pieces or sections and keep the vehicle where it's, only down for, hey, a weekend at a time, or maybe it's a month or whatever, and then you can go on to the next project as the budget allows. I mean, if the budget allows to go to
Sure.
town, well then go to town, but you gotta be realistic on that stuff too.
Yeah. Do you guys have a waiting period to get in the shop?
Normally, I mean, it all depends on what it is, but there's
What you need done?
sure. I mean, some projects typically we plan out a few weeks, few weeks ahead or whatever on stuff. Some things could be handled tomorrow or whatever if they need, you know, it's a simple fix or something like that. But other projects, there's some, you know, you got to kind of, again, lay out what the end goal is going to be, what direction you're going to go, what parts are needed. You know, just because you have this one piece that's awesome, you might need 3 other pieces to make it work.
True.
You know, with the rest of your combo or whatever. So, but yeah, try to get your ducks in a row, and then there will always be surprises. So,
well, like even for me, like, you know, starting a podcast, I never knew anything about doing the podcast, but I was watching some guy on YouTube, you know, and he kind of inspired me, so I started with a little recorder and a little mic. And then as I went on, oh, I need this. Oh, I'll need that. I'll need that. And then now I have, you know, this, you know, setup here. So
well, there you go, man. Little by
I
little.
think the
learn
audio
what works best for you.
I think the audio sounds better than, you know, that little.
Well, I'm a newbie to all this, so I am, you know, I just sit down in the chair and talk.
No, that's okay. And you know, the podcast I want to go on is the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Just as one podcaster to another one. Joe, if you're watching,
Hook me up.
I wanna come on your show, man.
Well, hey, there you go. There could be your 2025 goal.
Hey, 2025, and then we have a buddy that he's one of our moderators in the group Speed Tek America.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably been watching. He's out in California, and well, I was doing like a little preview video, you know, kind of about this coming up, and I said, yeah, all you guys watching, what do you think you want to happen for, you know, 2025? What are you hoping to happen? And then Mike came in and he's man, dude, we're gonna get 100,000 members. Our members, did I tell you how many members we have so far? Right now, today, we have 27.7 thousand members in Speed Tek America.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
5 months ago, we had 3.4 thousand. 5 months ago.
It's growing fast.
I looked at the numbers this morning from November 2nd to December 29th. That was last Saturday. From that period, how many people do you think went to Speed Tek America? 410,032.
Really?
They didn't all join,
Right,
but
they all looked
they
at it,
went
yeah.
and they viewed. Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Very cool.
I'm like, that is.
Well, hopefully I don't mess up your ratings.
No! Oh, come on!
I mean,
The famous JR right here, man. He's in our studio. You're, you know, the first one, you know, on the video podcast with, you know, the new law. Because I was, you know, thinking about this a long time ago with Dad, and Dad's, you know what? I know already. Talk to JR, you know. He's JR and, you know, Keith have been there since day one in the old magazine, so.
Right. So can I do a
Yeah,
plug
yeah.
while I'm on your
Yeah.
podcast here, not to steal, but I feel guilty not. You mentioned like, hey, what do you do to unwind or whatever, or
Yeah,
how do you
yeah.
keep a level head? So.
Oh yeah, you gotta tell what you do? You got pictures all over. You got videos.
Well, yeah. Anybody that knows me on Facebook, I'm a little. During certain times of the year, I'll put a bunch of pictures up. But no, I started volunteering at Hangman's House of Horrors off of Blue Mountain Road in Fort Worth.
I still want to go there and check that out.
Well, anytime, man. We'll be doing some stuff in February and March, and then obviously in the Halloween season and stuff, October. But yeah, we get as much as I like cars and stuff like that. You get to be somebody else for a few hours on the weekends and put some makeup on and scare the crap out of people. So that's my other alter ego. Where
I only put makeup on Sundays. No, shh. Be quiet.
Well, Rich, down here it's okay to put makeup on. You'll be, you could do it 3 days a week instead of just once.
Hey.
So yeah, no, that's the other thing that I guess kind of has been a newfound outlet or whatever to, take a break from everything else and go have a good time and, like I said, scare people and
So
do that.
Are they online? They have a website?
Yes. It's I'm pretty sure it's hangmanshouseofhorrors.com.
Okay.
And then there's Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But there's
Is
a
that
whole
like
other
a
family
year-round,
thing.
thing?
Well, there's things going on year-round. There's always a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on. But the couple weekends in February, couple weekends in March, and then September through November, end of September to beginning of November. Friday, Saturday, Sunday type stuff. Yeah, we go and scare, just have a good time. It's like scare them, make them laugh, whatever it takes,
Now you can't touch the people that come in there. Or do you have like a limit how close you can get to them?
About that far away.
Oh, is a
About
year
that far away.
you're
So
right there.
you just get right there.
It's like I remember in California, that Knott's Berry Farm out there. We would take and go do Knott's Scary Farm. They would do like Knott's Scary Farm for 2 weeks, and I remember first time I went, where you go in, they take you in through old ghost town, and they had like all these fog machines and fog on. You could not see your hand in front of your face.
Right.
And they had all these lights going off and loud music, and stuff. They had some guy, I know it now, they had some guy, he had knee pads on, and he had little like bells or, whatever on the knee pads, and it was all smooth blacktop right there where you're walking through, and you couldn't see anybody. And this guy go running, and he would slide all the way on his knee pads.
Some of it's kind of crazy. I mean, and everybody does their different thing, and like I said, I think at the haunted house, it's part of it is, it's a small family business too. So, it's a business, but think you create a family. It's a little looser or whatever. So. Yeah, some people like to slide and scare people. Some people.
Well, I saw that award you got. What was that?
Oh, it's for being a good kid.
Best.
I scare. Yeah. They give out different. There's different awards every night, or draw. Stuff. So I got a word for being a good scare person.
That's awesome.
I think I made somebody.
When you first get into that, or when you first know that you wanted to get into it?
man, it was just last year. I just saw an advertisement on Facebook, and I thought,
Really?
oh, maybe I'll go try that out. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll try it out for
You
once
got-
or twice.
You got hooked.
Yeah, no, I did get hooked. And I mean, it. Don't get me wrong. It can be. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It can be a bit grueling sometimes, but it's just the other payoffs are good. So it's cheaper than therapy.
I tell Terry all the time, like, I need to watch a feel-good movie, and my feel-good movie is John Wick number 4,
Oh, yeah.
or some action movie, shoot 'em up, bang bang, So she's a feel-good movie. Why is it a feel-good movie? I'm all, well, I feel good because all that's not happening to me, so
Right.
I feel good.
Yeah, get you amped up a little bit, or
Yeah, so does Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Kind of
it's
amped up.
commercial break time. Dr. Pepper.
Did my volume come down in
Yeah,
your
no, it's
ears?
good.
It's better?
Good. Yep.
My tone down a little bit. I have a friend of mine, Tom Abel. He printed this on his computer. He signed up for the magazine.
So he's printing them out now.
No, that was what he asked me for my permission. He did one for him and his wife and his son, and then one for me.
That's cool.
But he signed up for the magazine, and that right there was emailed to him, and he did that right from the email. That guy is talented. We'll get him here on the podcast again. He built his own C10 truck in his, I think, one-car garage in the backyard.
Wow.
And he does old gas pumps too.
Man, who's these guys?
I know they're all over, man.
I know, man.
Speed Tek. And yeah, when he did that, or when he asked, I didn't know how it would come out and all that. And I'll bring you coffee. Can I come over and bring it? I'm all, yes, sir.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
So if I ever decided to go back to print, now I know what it would look like,
Yeah. No, it's a good thing.
And plus, put it right out there, so show it off. And one cool thing, when I was gonna do issue number 1 of this, I had no C10 trucks, and we did not have no 27,000 members in the group. All these trucks I had shot in our old magazine.
Mm.
So I had shot the trucks already, but I had put them in different issues. So I went back and I found every issue that had a C10, and I pulled them out and I put them into here. So
And there you go.
that was issue 1, and then issue 2 is set to come out January 4th, 2025, and it's based off everybody in C10 America.
Okay.
I put a post up, and everybody sent me photos of their truck and all that. then I lay it up, and they send me like a 4 or 5 paragraph bio story about the truck. And then I take and edit that, and then put in my content and all that. And then we have, another issue.
Good.
So, but I think it's, about that time
About that
JR
time.
got to get out of here. You have a
Got it.
big,
We got a big date with the couch tonight for New Year's Eve.
I thought you were going to Stockyard. You're going to see like Luke Combs or something.
I may
like
drive around the stockyards and see what kind of trouble I can find.
or a trip to like Fandango or something down there. But anyways,
I think we're gonna keep it mellow tonight.
mellow.
Yeah.
I got some adult, sodas. Me and some friends called Coors Light Colorado Kool-Aid
Colorado Kool-Aid.
around.
Yeah.
Some people, might give me a little Kool-Aid later on.
You need to get the real Dr. Pepper with
The
the sugar in
the
it.
real pure cane sugar. Wasn't that was made here down in De Leon or something?
Isn't it Dublin or something?
Or Dublin?
I've never been there. But I know
I
there's a
think
place
so. I think so.
So
Anyways, if you can, before we take off out of here, give us something.
send you off somehow.
Send us off for 2025.
Well, first I want to say thanks. Thanks for having me over. This is the first time I've done this stuff, so
Hey,
it's and nothing's really prepared or anything. So.
Now, and we all like that, it's not, I had a list here, I only asked one thing, on here. This is, my C10 list,
So my New Year's thing is
your New Year's resolution.
well, when we were little kids, my mom would have us get out and bang pots and pans around the backyard. So go bang some pots and pans in the backyard and kick some ass in 2025 and have a good time about it.
Right on. We want to thank JR and Keith from Speed Tek. You guys, you're awesome. We love you guys. Thank you for, not only coming on tonight, but being there, for, Dad and I,
Absolutely.
that day, believing in, Dad and I. And I'm sorry, Dad walked into, the shop many times, huh?
Yeah, no. It's been a good journey. I'm happy for what you've created. It's always
And
good.
we started that magazine, this magazine from nothing,
And now there's 3 people that I know at a car show when I walk around and I see you, and your dad. So.
Well, I see you at Connors. I see you all over, man.
Yeah, we run into each other.
Yes, sir. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed our first, a live podcast video here in the group, but over on YouTube, we're not live. We're
not
recorded.
live yet.
This will be up before New Year's on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube, and watch it. But why would you if you're in here right now watching it? So
Maybe they want to watch it twice.
maybe
Over and over.
you can go over it, save it on YouTube. Remember, go sign up, guys. We love you. Happy New Year to each and everybody out there. We love you.
Thanks.